We laugh at Jonah and call him crazy, but oftentimes we as modern day Christians do the same thing. Because I've been running from doing this. So here we go. So in today's video, as you see, the backdrop is very giving. But anyway, we're going to record this video. I've tried to record this video for the last 2-3 weeks. And every time something has gone wrong, and today God said He'll record it no matter what. So I'm recording it no matter what. I've learned that disobeying God only ends in heartbreak, depression, unfulfillment, and you're just not going to be overly satisfied with your life or your existence if you're a Christian, and if you're somebody who is trying to follow God. You're not going to be able to be happy when you just disobey Him, when you clearly hear His voice. So, as you know, I have a YouTube channel, and I've been struggling with what kind of content God really wants me to put out there. I'm very passionate about mental health, and specifically those who go through depression during pregnancy and after, because I went through it in such an extreme way, and I felt as though I didn't have the necessary support, and I wanted other women to not have to go through it alone. And so I really wanted to talk about that kind of content on my channel. I felt like there were so many women going through postpartum depression, and there's not a lot of research about it, and I was just so determined to make that my niche. And God kept pressing on my heart to speak about the aftermath of my postpartum depression. So while being so severely depressed during pregnancy and after, the effects it had on my daughter. And I always felt so overwhelmed, not really knowing where to start. I've never been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I suffer from ADHD. And I have a problem focusing on one task at a time. And so when my mind gets overwhelmed with a million ideas, I can speak about this and I can't do this and that and that, I cannot produce the content as quickly as it comes to me, and then I just have what I call a shutdown. I completely shut down. I cannot take in all the information, and so I just leave everything be. So probably for the last 2 years, God has been telling me which direction He wants me to go, and I just didn't know how to do it. Recently I've been struggling more and more with certain behaviors that I see with my 4-year-old, and I've been struggling to find ways to cope or to parent her in a way that doesn't damage her, but rather helps her and helps her thrive, helps her be better, and helps her, deal with whatever issues came out of the trauma of being my child. And so I have been asking God for clarity and ways to deal with her in a way that will glorify Him, please Him, because if I was being honest, I knew that I was definitely on a path of destruction, although I didn't want to be, although it was my intention to be this super mom who made no mistakes and who would raise the perfect children. I failed. And she's 4 turning 5, and this year I became really desperate to hear from God in how to deal with her properly. And after one of my many meltdowns, I think almost a month ago, I really, I've asked before, I've practically begged before, but this time I really surrendered to God and said, I need your help. with raising her. I need your help with reversing the damage I've done. I need your help because I lack the wisdom and I really don't know how to go about dealing with her in an appropriate way. I'm always losing my temper. I'm losing my cool. I am using very harsh methods of discipline. If these walls could talk, I'd be embarrassed for anybody to see me act the way I've acted in the past with her. And I mean, not all the time, but I'm often so overstimulated and I'm dealing with so many issues that I projected back on her because I cannot deal with my own stress. And so she has suffered tremendously by my own defects. And I cried unto the Lord and I said, I need this to stop. I cannot continue damaging that which you have entrusted me with. And I know for a fact that God was not pleased with my parenting. I knew that I could do much better as a mom, aside from all these ridiculous aspirations I had. Well, not ridiculous, but maybe a little bit too perfect. The kind of aspirations I had to be a particular kind of mom. I knew that God also has a standard for his children on how he wants us to act and behave, and I didn't need anybody else to tell me that I definitely wasn't up to par and that I could do better. And I cried out to the Lord and I said, I need your help. And he directed me to a particular book. It's called Child Guidance, and I went and I looked for a particular chapter on, disciplining disobedient children and that kind of thing. And as I was reading, I kind of read what I already knew, that the problem is mostly with me. And so as I was reading, I became convicted to share that which I had read with the larger audience, because I feel as though many times we're very nonchalant about our responsibility as parents, and in this case, especially moms like myself, who often, not always, but oftentimes bear the heavier burden of, rearing the children and the upbringing and the household. And so we're often so burnt out or overstimulated or having to deal with so many tasks that and hormonal, that we sometimes really don't do a good job at regulating our emotions and dealing with the kids in a way that would please the Lord. And as I was reading, I felt convicted that I have to share what I read for other moms to have the opportunity to also obey God's standard and direction for his children, so that we could please him and raise a generation that is pleasing in the sight of the Lord and ultimately makes it into heaven. So I just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys. If you're in the same boat as me and you've been struggling in the area of parenting and you really don't know a way out, I'll be sharing about the book Child Guidance, and I hope it blesses somebody. So don't give up hope. If your child feels impossible, it's not impossible. This book brings so much clarity, and you'll really hear from God on what to do. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.